Interesting facts about elephants. We may not always know or appreciate it, but we are blessed to have elephants as the largest land animals. Intelligent and gentle, these giants have been around for millennia, and while they are much admired and loved by some cultures, they do not always receive the respect and care they so deserve. Elephants are descended from an ancient elephant species that walked the earth about 56 million years ago in Africa. This species then traveled to other regions via land bridges. Floppy-eared, calm, equipped with an adorable trunk and cute tusks. Well, at least some. Elephants are beloved by many. Kids who love elephants find them fascinating because of their sheer size and gentle demeanor. The word elephant is derived from the Greek word elaph, meaning ivory. Elephants are a member of the order Proboscidea, to which animals that have a trunk belong. They are the only living members of this order. It also includes extinct animals such as mammoths and mastodons. There are two types of elephants, the African elephant and the Asian elephant. The African elephant has two distinct species, the forest and the savanna elephants. Asian elephants have smaller ears than African elephants. The shape of the head also differentiates them. African elephants have round heads, while Asian elephants sport a twin dome. Did you know that the average walking speed of an elephant is 4.5 miles per hour? And during an experiment, some elephants demonstrated that they could walk or run up to 15 mph. Considering their size, it is surprising how fast they can move. Now, this is an amazing fact about elephants that you can share with your friends and family. In a day, an elephant can drink 50 gallons of water and eat 220 pounds of food or 70,000 calories a day. They eat 12 to 18 hours a day. Elephants only digest about half of their food. An elephant eating leaves from a tree. Elephant eating leaves from tree, Okavango Delta, Botswana. Facts about elephants. The average elephant needs about 150 kg of food every day. This is why they are constantly on their feet, roaming to search for more food. Since elephants eat a lot, they also produce a lot of dung. According to some estimates, they produce nearly 100 kilograms or 220 pounds of dung every day. Now, that is a lot of shit. The elephant dung itself is mostly fiber. And since paper is made from fiber, an elephant's one-day excreta can be used to make roughly 115 sheets of paper. This process also helps reduce deforestation. A group of elephants is commonly called a herd, or less commonly, a parade. Did you notice their trunk? Well, learn that their trunk is actually the fusion of the nose and upper lip. Ask your friends and check if they are aware of this awesome elephant fact. Although elephants seem to drink using their trunks, they do not actually imbibe water through it. Instead, they siphon the water using their trunk, then pour it into their mouths. Elephant trunks are made up of about 150,000 muscles. This is why their trunks are quite flexible and capable of doing plenty of things. They don't only smell with their trunks. Elephant trunks have nostrils at the end, but they also use it to touch and feel objects and other elephants. An elephant's trunk is similar to our fingers in that he can do certain tasks with it. He can pick up small objects, such as peanuts, using his trunk. He can then break the shell, blow it away by releasing air through the nostrils at the end of his trunk, then bring the peanut to his mouth to eat using his trunk. And yes, some elephants even learn to paint by holding a brush with their trunk. Elephants are vertebrates who are warm-blooded and produce milk to nurse their babies. The elephant is a mammal, and it is the only one of its kind who cannot jump. And they are the only mammals in the world who cannot do so. Note that elephants always keep their one leg on the ground, even while running, whereas other mammals like rhinos and hippos cannot jump, but they can have all the 4 feet off the ground at the same time when they run. If elephants seem cool and collected, it is probably because their pulse is slow at just 27 beats a minute. Among other elephant facts, this is the one you can tell your friends and family and impress them with your knowledge about elephants. Elephants have 26 teeth in all. 24 of these are molars and the remaining 2 are the tusks. Molars are in 6 sets of 4. As one set is worn down, it gets replaced by the next set pushing in from behind. It is interesting to note that elephants are gifted with 6 sets of molars in a lifetime. Due to grinding and chewing plant material, their set of teeth wear down and the next set pushes through. Elephants have better peripheral vision. Because of the position of the elephant's eyes on his head, he could see objects to the sides and rear better than objects in front. When he's walking and exploring territory, he instead uses his trunk to feel what is ahead of him. Elephants have a third eyelid. The upper and lower eyelids of an elephant move horizontally, up and down. His third eyelid, however, moves vertically over his eyes. This eyelid helps protect his eyes when he is bathing, feeding, or just having fun in the dust. Did you know that baby elephants can drink up to 3 gallons of their mother's milk every day? And the calves drink their mother's milk for about 2 years, sometimes longer. Elephant skin is about 2.5 km thick. African elephants have more wrinkles than Asian elephants. Skin folds help retain moisture and keep the animals cool, which means that either species has evolved to adapt to its habitat. Elephants do have hair all over. Elephants may look bald from a distance, but they actually have hair. It may not be as thick as those in other animals, however. Asian elephants also have more hair than African elephants. The elephant's bristly hair helps them cool down. If they had thicker hair, they would have a harder time staying cool where they live. Elephants purr. Elephants communicate vocally, and they also produce a sound that is similar to a cat's purr, although the elephant's noise is more of a soft, low rumble. This is their way of talking and, yes, singing. Elephants rumble. This means that they communicate through vibrations. It is believed that elephants have special receptors in their feet and trunk. When in distress, elephants rumble, and this low-frequency rumbling generates seismic waves in the ground that can travel up to 20 miles along the surface of Earth. This activity also helps them detect stress from a herd many miles away. Elephants can smell water up to 12 miles. This is an interesting fact about elephants that you can tell your kids or friends. Did you know that elephants are naturally born swimmers and can swim for hours while being completely submerged in water? Their body mass allows them to enjoy good buoyancy and float in the water, or, if they choose, submerge themselves for a dive. Their trunk helps them breathe. Elephants are herbivores. When it comes to tusks, only Asian male elephants can grow tusks, while both male and female African elephants do. Note that not all elephants, Asian or African, develop tusks as adults. There are only an estimated 40,000 to 50,000 African elephants living in the wild, and they are considered endangered. About 90% of these animals were decimated due to poaching. An elephant's ears help dissipate heat. Since Africa has a higher temperature compared to Asia, African elephants evolved to develop larger ears. An African elephant's ear is 6 feet from top to bottom and 5 feet across. This enormous size of their ears is because of the fact that they help keep the elephant cool in high temperature. The blood circulating through the veins in the ears also gets cooled when elephants flap their ears. This cooled blood recirculates through the animal's body and helps regulate its core body temperature. Now, you understand the science behind the size of its ears. This fact should certainly be on your list of the top 10 facts about elephants. Elephants give themselves dust baths to remove parasites from their skin. The African elephant brain is 3 times larger than the human brain. It is estimated that there are 257 billion neurons in the brain of the world's largest land mammal. However, a large concentration of the neurons, 97.5%, is found in the cerebellum. Did you know that in spite of the fact that elephants are the largest animals on land, they are very afraid of bees? They are so terrified of the tiny insect that they will flap their ears, make noises, and stir up dust when they sense the buzz of a beehive. This fact was used productively by African farmers to keep their farms protected from elephants. The United States banned commercial importation of ivory in 1989. Elephants are intelligent and self-aware as well. Researchers discovered that elephants could recognize themselves in mirrors. Elephants show affection to the other members of their herd by stroking other elephants' head and back with their trunk to console or comfort them. Their presence outside of his home signified that they were mourning the demise of their friend, and after 2 days, they went back to their place in the reserve. No one knows for sure why this happened, but it is understood that the animal has the ability to build an emotional bond even with human beings. African herds are matriarchal. Each herd is led by the oldest female in the group. Young and adolescent males stay with the herd until they are about 12 or 15 years old. They then leave to live solitary lives. They may sometimes form a small herd with other males, but these groups are temporary. Males in small groups also form a social structure determined by a hierarchy. The leader is usually the oldest and strongest. They are the ones that protect the herd. The more docile ones are those that help stabilize the group. Bull, male elephant groups are nomadic. This allows them to maximize their ability to reproduce, since they can potentially associate with several different herds in a year. A bull can potentially mate with 30 females in just 1 year. The smallest family unit of an elephant consists of about 3 members, always led by the oldest female. The older the female is, the higher her rank in the herd. Older females help take care of the calves in the group. The older females there are in the group, the better the chances that the calf will survive. It is possible for an elephant family unit to meet and bond with other units. They may be related or unrelated and usually congregate to mingle, interact, and feed together. The usual meeting places are watering holes. In regions that have more food, elephants form larger family units. In regions that have less food, they have smaller units. To determine dominance among bulls, they play fight or spar. Often, larger, older bulls win due to their strength. Contrary to what some people believe, elephants are not territorial animals because they have a wide home range. Elephants have a gland between the ear and the eye, just beneath the surface of their skin. This gland is called muth. Each year, these glands secrete a substance and becomes inflamed. When male elephants are in muth, they exhibit erratic, unpredictable, and dominant behavior. Bull elephants do not experience muth at the same time as others. In short, they do not have a muth season. When a bull elephant is in muth, other bulls avoid a confrontation with him. An elephant in muth may rub itself against a tree as a way to scent mark it. This is a means to signal other males about his current status. If elephants seem to laugh and smile while bathing, it's because it is a pleasurable activity for them. Bathing helps get rid of pests and parasites. Elephants usually sleep standing up, but they may also spend half of their sleeping hours lying on their side. They are noisy sleepers, but could get by with just 4 hours of dream time. If you see an elephant toppling a tree, it's likely a young bull testing its strength. Bulls are so strong that they can push and uproot an 18-inch diameter tree using just their trunk, head, or a leg. African elephants are threatened mostly by poaching. Asian elephants are threatened by habitat loss and conflict with humans. Elephants have a diverse habitat. They can be found in forests, savannas, woodlands, and grasslands. Elephants actually play an important role to their region's ecosystem and biodiversity. They forge pathways through dense forests to allow other animals to pass through. With their trunks, they dig water holes that other animals use as well. Because they travel long distances, they also distribute tree seeds through their dung, thus helping in building forests and woodlands in many regions. Elephants help humans earn money as well. They are a huge part of tourism in certain parts of Africa and Asia because people come from other countries to see them. Unfortunately, in certain places, elephants also experience abuse just to cater to tourists. The elephant appears in the variant of the flag of Thailand, specifically their Royal Navy flag. It is also the country's national animal. Because of their size and sheer magnificence, elephants were frequently used by much smaller humans to win wars. Some of the most famous of these warrior elephants include Surus, Hannibal's mount, Kandula, Sri Lankan King Dutugumunu's mount, and Abdul Abbas, Charlemagne's own war animal who incidentally avoided fighting. A baby elephant is a huge baby that can weigh up to 120 kg. She can stand on his her own, just 20 minutes after being born. In just an hour, that baby elephant will be able to walk. At 2 days old, a baby elephant can begin walking side by side the rest of the herd. A male elephant can reach his full size beginning at 35 years of age. Elephant trunks are a marvel of creation. An elephant can use her trunk to smell and feel objects, including food, other animals, and humans. She can also use it to collect and blow water, dig holes, and hold heavy objects. She can even use her trunk as a natural snorkel when she goes swimming. An elephant's tusk is actually his incisor teeth. Tusks begin growing in an elephant starting at 2 years old. Although elephants communicate by trumpeting, they also talk to other elephants using their trunks and their scent. They also use seismic signals, vibrations in the ground that they can feel through their bones. The gestation period for the African elephant is 22 months, while for the Asian elephant, it's 18 to 22 months. That means if a human mother and an elephant mom both got pregnant at the same time, the human mother's baby will have learned to crawl and maybe walk by the time the elephant mom gave birth to her calf. Elephants are known for their keen memory. This may be due to the fact that they have large brains and more neurons. These neurons, however, may have to do more with the elephant's muscle functions. Regardless, elephants have shown to have excellent memory, capable of remembering how to reach certain watering holes, even after being away for a long period of time. They can also remember friends even after being apart for many years. Can elephants talk? An Asian elephant named Koshik seems to be able to speak Korean. Although his vocabulary is limited to just 5 words, this is impressive, given the size of his larynx, the shape of his lips, and the presence of his trunk. He can even match the pitch of his trainers. Researchers believe that elephants have a way to honor their dead, or at least other elephants that have passed away. If an elephant herd comes across a pile of elephant bones, they stop, touch the bones with their trunks, and stay within proximity for hours at a time. They do not exhibit the same behavior with the bones of other animals. Elephants have shown ability to use tools. They use sticks for scratching and branches to swat away flies. Some elephants have been observed to dig a water hole, drink from it, then cover it with chewed-up bark. The bark helps prevent the water from evaporating. Kandula is an Asian elephant who learned to use tools while under observation by researchers. A fruit was placed at a location just high enough to be out of his reach. After a few days, Kandula used a plastic block as a prop and was able to reach the fruit. He repeated the same strategy with other similar objects in other tests. The men of the Maasai tribe have killed wild elephants before. When researchers recorded their voices speaking the Maasai language, along with those of the Kamba tribe speaking their own language, the elephants showed fear when they heard the Maasai voices. They had no reaction when they heard the voices of the Kamba men or that of the Maasai women and children. The elephants were afraid only of the Maasai men. The Maasai and the Kamba volunteers recorded the same sentence, but spoke their own respective languages. The research is significant in that it shows that elephants understand language and that they understand that only Maasai men, not Kamba men or Maasai women/children, pose a threat. If some elephants appear pink or mottled, it is simply because of pigmentation or lack thereof. This characteristic appears only in Asian elephants. Although elephant skin appears dry and rough, it can actually feel soft and delicate. This is a surprising fact about elephants since majority of the people who see elephants do not get a chance to touch and feel their skin. If dogs sweat through their noses, elephants keep cool using their feet. Elephant sweat glands are found in the area near its cuticles, which is why during warm weather, elephants' toenails may appear wet. Elephants are actually revered in many cultures and are part of myths and legends of certain societies. They also symbolize wisdom, majesty, loyalty, intelligence, luck, and strength. The term jumbo, which means large or enormous, was actually the name of another famous elephant. The beloved pachyderm was a resident of the London Zoological Society until he was purchased by P.E. T. Barnum for $10,000. Exhibiting the elephant in multiple shows in America allowed Barnum to recoup his expenses in just 2 weeks. Jumbo was the main star of P.T. Barnum's circus from 1882 until 1885, when he died in an accident. Even after his death, Barnum still made money out of him by showing off his skeleton and hide to paying crowds. Out of the many elephants that the Japanese used as pack animals during WWII in Burma, 13 were captured by the Chinese. Of these, only 7 survived and were in turn tasked to work. 3 were brought to Taiwan in 1947 for more work, and in 1950, only 1 elephant survived. His name was Lin Wang, which means Forest King. He was considered a WWII veteran and was wildly popular among the Taiwanese. Lin Wang was a resident of the Taipei City Zoo beginning in 1954 and became the mate of a younger female named Ma Lan. By that time, he was an older elephant and was enjoying his retirement. Lin Wang and Ma Lan were transferred to another larger and roomier facility. It was here that Ma Lan passed away at just 54 years old. Just months later, in February 2003, Lin Wang followed his mated age. Lin Wang's death was mourned by the Taiwanese people for 3 days, and about 180,000 locals paid their respects. Even then, President Chen Shui-bian sent a wreath to Taipei to honor the elephant who saw 4 generations of Taiwanese grow up. Taipei's Mayor Ma Ying-jeou bestowed the beloved bull an honorary Taiwanese citizenship posthumously. Some elephants are not as lucky as Lin Wang, who was able to live out his life in relative peace and quiet after being used as a pack animal. An Asian elephant named Topsy was sentenced to death by hanging and electrocution through a public spectacle. On January 4, 1903, Topsy was led to a platform to be killed. She refused to budge and was instead electrocuted to death where she stood. Topsy was supposedly a bad elephant who killed a man. Unfortunately, she was simply a victim of bad handling and even worse publicity. She was originally sentenced to be hanged for her actions in front of a paying crowd, but this was prevented by the ASPCA. Instead, she was fed poisoned carrots, strangled, and mercifully died from electrocution. Asian elephants are at risk. Some countries are experiencing overpopulation of African elephants. Hope you enjoy this video. If you like our video, please subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.